One of the great things about friendships is the way they become a kind of mirror. We all live our lives as best we can, but sometimes we come to value ourselves and our experiences more when we see them through the eyes of someone who knows us well. Welcome back to Twilla and Jillian.
I was having a moment of nostalgia and sentimental things, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go check out Twilla's channel. I want to go revisit some of the places that you've been. The tours are amazing. They not only because you guys have been all over the world and seen beautiful places and they're warm and exotic, but also there's just a real lovely warmth to the way you view things and share them with us. So I like to visit these places along with you.
I'm so glad that you watched them, because I really love making those videos. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure where the compulsion to do so comes from, but it could be that, like, when I travel or just even in life, I'm one of the people who remembers feelings, like how I felt when I was somewhere, but the images fade, or the specifics of things fade. So I'm just, when I've looked back at those videos, I've been so grateful that I took them, because I remember feeling amazing in those gardens, but to actually see them again in detail is really special for me. Like, gardens have always been, I don't know, like special, resonant, almost magical spaces for me. Like, I don't know, just the way that they affect people. You can see when people arrive, there's this sense of arrival, the exhale, the just slowing down. Nature is on full display. Yeah. Yeah. And if you can, like, take it all in and let it leave an imprint on you, I don't know, it really gives me a lot of positive feeling and sense of just belonging, bigger picture, like, of interacting with life. So I'm just glad that you watched them.
Yeah. Well, and like, you are an artist, and I think also gardens are art. So they're nature's art on display, so we can appreciate creation through nature. And then in the places that you've been, there are designers and researchers and horticulturalists that have created these amazing spaces. And there's longevity. So there's history, there's art and creation unfolding as you walk through and experience these spaces. And then knowing that there's a longevity, that they're going to be here and continue to grow, is going to be amazing. Like some of those palm trees that you've seen, just how large things are and the age behind them is fascinating. And you talked about that in a few of your different videos, right? Just how you were absolutely blown away by the presence of some of these beings. And what they have witnessed.
Yeah, that would be the Townsville garden that we visited. It's called the Queen's Botanical Garden, or Queen's Garden. Queen's Garden, yeah. And it is a really special place. I of course, all the information is not readily available because my memory doesn't work that way, but it's like 130, 160, like it's well over a century old. And there are trees that are also that old in there. So, Townsville, it's a business center. It's a town where, life is happening, but I would say it's probably not known for, tourism and whatnot, but its garden is a gem in the heart of it. And what it was when Europeans came to settle there, they brought botanical samples and planted them in this garden to see what would grow, things that would be hardwood, things that would be food. I mean, it's very much a colonial garden. But so some things survived and some didn't, but these trees that are still there now, they are giants, you know, and you feel humble standing in their presence. And that garden as well, you can tell it's been there for a long time just because of the wildlife that's there. Like, and you know, Australia is full of wonderful birds, right? Like, you know, so there's kookaburras in there and these other ones called curlews, and they're just so unusual looking, and they have unusual calls, and you like ibis, you know, they just walk around like, yeah, this is our home. It's our home, you know, and you really feel like they're just like, hi, welcome to my home, you know. They're not the visitor, you know. You definitely have that feeling when you're there. And it's incredible. Like, and they have it's all very organized as a colonial garden would be. There's the palm lawn and a rose garden that's just stupendous. And I did read that the roses there are all maintained by volunteers. And you know, rose garden is great, but I sat on the edge of this like a reinforcing wall, or I'm not using the right term anyway. But I sat on the edge and I'm looking at the roses, and then, you know, my eye just followed deep inside the bush itself. And the main trunk that's where the roots are coming, it's like this. It's like it's as big as a grapefruit around, you know, and you just go, wow, this has been here for a long time. It's been nurtured. And Townsville is a place where it's tropical, but it's dry tropical. So, you know, it's a challenging environment. The grass goes brown in the heat of the year. So it's its own little ecosystem, and it's a real little gem. And Greg and I were walking around taking photos, and you know, you think when you're in Australia, you think there's lots of critters that could, you know, bite me, sting me, or kill me. So like let's stay on the path. Let's stay on the path. And you know, we were very careful, and we thought we didn't see anything. And then we're looking through photos, and then it's like, oh, that's an enormous spider web that's caught the light in this photo, you know. And so I don't know, it was just a real special place. Definitely a favorite.
And then also on the other side of things, when you guys were in Ibiza, is it the Bibo Garden?
Yes, the Bibo Garden is it's the Ibiza Biotechnological Botanical, or Botanical Biotechnological. I may be flipping it, but that one is amazing because it's all Mediterranean plants. So that's like a little bit sparser plants, lots of silver leaves and fuzzy leaves, right? Because they're trying to retain water, and they're dealing with like saltwater breeze, right, coming in off the ocean. So the plants are very different, lots of lavender, things like that. But also that garden is incredible because it has this science element. So they're using plants to deal with like environmental issues. So the first thing you see when you walk in is this thing that pulls like carbon dioxide out of the air, and it takes it through this filtration process, and it's in use. It's in use in some like underground tunnels and in cities. I can't remember where. There's also a piano that they have a plant that you touch the plant and it makes a tone, and it's because of the frequency that's within the plant. Like, and they also have a thing, I think it's a battery that is powered by plants. So it's all, you know, I don't know how efficient it is or whatever, but it's very innovative, and it's definitely gives you pause, you know, like everything has a part to play perhaps, and in being there. And we were very lucky with that one because we went on the day that it opened for the season. So, you know, we pulled up and there weren't a lot of people. The outside of the building is just, there's an enormous bed that's just filled with prickly pear cactus, like in full bloom. Like just, I was like, I don't even need to go inside. I could just stand here by this cactus bed. Like, So it was really great.
And another thing that I found really interesting and cool about your videos is you'll be on another side of the world exploring things, but you find things there that you have here. Some of them, of course, are like, you had mentioned how some of them are houseplants here. And so like that they grow out in the wilderness and they're so huge is totally amazing. But also how some of the displays that are in the gardens are very similar to ours because the growing patterns are the same. So there is this connection even across the world between growers, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think, was it petunias or something?
Yeah,
that
I
was-
saw petunias all over the place.
Yes,
I saw
right?
petunias growing in Ibiza, like along the Mediterranean coast. And then I saw them in the Miracle Garden in Dubai, like in the middle of the desert in this showstopper of a garden.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, like, and in that one, it was a lot of annuals that we see here, like Heliopsis and like petunias and just like lots of things, but just planted in massive plantings.
Yeah.
And through an irrigation system in containers, you know, maybe they rotate things out when they dry out, but you know, it's marvelous. And I suppose, you know, you go to a garden and I just find my awareness flips, like what's different? The palm trees, you know, the ferns, the tree ferns, oh my goodness, the ginger flowers, or like the butterflies. But then I don't know what that is. I always somehow find something that is from home. I guess maybe I'm secretly trying to find my own sense of belonging in that wonderful space, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, I found that really interesting. And two, then it also, because here, people often look at petunias and things like that as like an old-fashioned flower, or, you know, maybe we should try something a little bit more exotic. But in these exotic places, they're taking petunias, and because they know that they can grow so vigorously and sustain things, they're just doing them in masses, and they are that color. So even when you're in an exotic place, they too are craving that color that maybe something a little old-fashioned, tried and true can provide. So, you know, like, it's just like, it's eye-opening and mind-opening.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I know, like, I've been very lucky about, like, you know, being able to, even just to travel to Ibiza and Dubai and all those places. That's been because of Greg and his triathlon and racing and being on the national team. Greg, thank you. You're amazing. And he always makes time for us to go to a garden if there's a garden. And he, you know, he's always on camera, just as he is today. So thank you, Greg. And he's told me that he likes to do that for me so that I have a moment on the trip that is for me, and that, you know, I have this memory of these places. So it's great. But while we're traveling overseas, and that's all really wonderful, there's a ton of great gardens in Canada.
Yeah.
You know, and I think I've been to 3. The Montreal Botanical Garden, which is a showstopper, also with an arboretum with amazing trees, and Indigenous garden, a rose garden, this Chinese garden, it's quite special. And then there's obviously Butchart Gardens. Butchart Gardens was our first video, and it is on the channel still, but you can tell we're very new to making videos. But even still, the beauty of that garden, it shines through. And in Alberta, southern Alberta, in Lethbridge, the Nikko Japanese garden is like, it's amazing. Yeah, you know,
I rewatched that video, and I love that video. Because I can't believe that garden exists in Lethbridge. Lethbridge is a really cool place, actually. It's a very vivid arts scene and a great culture, and that garden is unbelievable.
Oh, hello! Visitor. He likes to garden too. But yeah, no, that garden, it's amazing, and it is like, I lived in Japan for a couple years. I mean, it doesn't make me any sort of expert on Japanese gardening or anything like that, but it certainly is very authentic in its feel, and in it, as you go through and you learn about the various areas, like, it's incorporating in like indigenous, like, or native stones that are from the area, or evergreens that are from the area. And then they brought this designer in from Japan to do it. Like, it is really, really special. And then there's the whole, like, view within a view within it. So I do want to go back sometime soon and see it. Maybe you should come with me.
I would love to come with you.
It's a stunner. And it was a very special day there as well. I did my university there, my music degree. So it was very special to go back. But, like, when we walked through, we met this gentleman named Demeter, and he was playing this little flute thing, and he's in the video for a segment. But we chatted with him, and he's an amazing fella, and he's like, come to my garden. So then we ended up going to his garden. And what a magical, whimsical place that was.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite ones I've done is
Yeah.
Demeter's garden.
I think whimsical is the perfect description of that video. And it's fun. It's a little joyride.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah. He
Like-
sang to me.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
so great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Demeter. I have to drop him a line. I haven't been in touch with Demeter for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a really fun one as well.
So, yeah. Jillian.
I love you too. I love
I love you, Regina, my dog.
Look at this face.
I know. So joyful. She's a little mouth. Hey, baby.
So much.
I just want to thank you actually for reminding me about all those trips and those gardens. It's wonderful to be reminded of that. And I will, for this video, I will put the links to all of those videos in the description box. So if any of you who are watching want to take a little tour with me, you can do so.
Yeah.
And here's to more tours and more getaways, whether they be in your own backyard or on your holidays.
Yeah.
All right.
Perfect.
Well, I won't keep you. You and
Okay.
Puck can have a cuddle.
Okay.
Thank you for watching, everybody. And we'll have more videos soon,
Yes. Yes.
yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Happy gardening.